Hey YouTube, it's Floyd Fan since 2000 with another review for Boardwalk Empire, Season 4, Episode 2, entitled Resignation. I'm not going to talk about everything that happened. I'm just going to talk about what stood out to me. I'm going to go through each character. Start with Chalky. Chalky White, he's showing his daughter's fiance parents, his club and everything. They're kind of looking down on him because he's not educated like that. And you could tell that they're not really feeling him, but he goes, right, chill. This my daughter right there. My daughter gonna marry your boy. We're just gonna be in a nice church. We all gonna be family. And then they just kind of looking like, oh, okay. And then he's still getting on. Everybody getting ready for the performances or whatever for the club. He's still getting on done about what happened. He's still looking for the girl, Dickie's wife. They can't find her. They're gonna find out that they see this new character. I forget his name. He's a doctor or whatever. Talks very proper, and we see the girl, Dickie's wife, and he just right in the club. No, he just got past security, or he just got right in his office without really having to go through a whole lot. And then we see how she just kind of asks her what happened and everything, and she just basically lies and says that Dunn raped her, which we know was crap. You know, he wants 10% of, Nucky offers him 10% of the club. He just goes, okay, we'll take 10%. We accept that. And then what else happens is he's looking, as the guy leaves, he's looking out, sees that nobody's doing their job and doing whatever, they're supposed to do. And then he goes, well, what's going on? The guy comes up. He goes, oh, that guy, he said he owned us. He said we couldn't do anything, we didn't check with him first. And then he goes, okay, he goes, he sent us a letter. He goes, here, you read it. He goes, and Chalky goes, no, you read it. He reads it to him. He says some mess about, and then, Chalky gets mad. And he just like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Sum it all up, him or the girl and Dickie's wife and the doctor and the car or whatever, and she goes, tell me what happened. He goes, what do you want to happen to Dunn? She goes, same thing that happened to Dickie. He's like, do you want him to get hung? And he just goes, yes, I want him to get hung from a tree. He goes, okay. And then they stop the car and she goes, what's going on? What's going on? And then he goes, and the guy goes, oh, we gotta check the tires. I'm thinking, oh, they about to kill her. And then when he asked her, well, how did Dickie know what hotel to go to? She said, just like you told him, it was resourceful. And he goes, I was lying. She goes, tell me what happened. He goes, I was raped. And he goes, I heard that so many times. And then next thing you know, the guy opens the door and strangles her, kills her. And, I think they're going to hang her from a tree. I was so happy she got killed. Because she lied like that. And so many white women do that. They claim a black guy raped them, but really they had sex with them. Their husband found them, claim it was rape. The man get killed. And I was happy this time she got killed. I want to talk to you about Richard. He went to go see his sister who is pregnant. She come to find out she's a widow. And, she basically has some taxes on her house. Is getting ready to lose her house. And he goes to see the guy who he ends up, almost killing, but he lets him go. He goes, are you a family man? And he goes, yes, I am. He goes, go see your children. I'm not going to let you go. Then in the end, we find out that he ended up getting killed by this other guy who I think hired Richard to kill him, and Richard didn't go through with it. And then the guy was like, I'm going to need that money for the taxes of the house. I'm going to need that soon. Then they show the guy who Richard let go with a bullet in his head. And then Richard just like, oh my goodness. And another good scene with his sister was this dog was dying, and she, of course, was like, I want you to kill him, take it out his memory, and then out his misery. And then next thing Richard just choked up. He couldn't do it, and he was just like, I'm tired of killing. She was like, okay, I'll do it. and she kills him. And if I'm not mistaken, he said his sister taught him how to shoot, and she just goes ahead and does it. He's just like, I'm tired of killing, I'm tired of doing this. She goes, I didn't think you were ever gonna come back. She goes, if you're not gonna stay for good, don't come back at all. And then Nucky also has this thing with his butler. His butler wants him to treat him with respect. He, can't do his job like he used to because he got shot. He's really not, able to work like he wants to. And Nucky is trying to get him help, and he doesn't want it. He wants to work like he used to, but he, really can't do it. So he tries to resign, and Nucky is, like, I do respect you. He goes, I wish you would demonstrate it. And he goes, okay. And then he gives him, what happens is the guy who set up Van Alden's old partner who got killed last year, he's trying to do whatever he can to get ahead in the bureau. And the guy whose boss is in on giving Nucky some money. So Nucky takes the money. He ends up giving it to his butler or whatever, the guy who wanted to resign. So he, can keep the money in his secret account. And he says, I want you to put in your name. He goes, I was going to suggest that, but I noticed the guy was watching him, the guy who was a part of the prohibition. He was watching him, and I hope he doesn't get him killed or whatever, but I got to see how that's going to play out. Let's see, I'm going to talk to you about. I think that's basically it. Not a lot happened. Not a lot stood out to me, really. Talk to you about Richard Van Alden. Al Capone is going to this rally, for the Democrats for mayor. He goes and beats up all these people, and Van Alden is there, and he really doesn't want to do it, but he has to go ahead and, beat these people up. And I think the guy who he's working for, that guy who has him doing these flowers, really doesn't treat him right. I think he's going to double cross the guy and end up going with Al Capone, because Al Capone and the guy don't get along, because of last season, he said some rude things about Al Capone's son being deaf, and I think that's what's going to happen. Like I said, this season pretty good. I really want to see Margaret. We didn't see her first episode. We didn't see her this episode. I don't know. I don't think if we're going to see her in the next episode. I think that guy, the one who got Dickie's wife killed, the doctor, I got to find out his name. I think he is going to be in who's with Nucky. I think he's rotten. I think he's clever. I really like his character. Anyway, this episode is pretty good. Then show Jillian. I really want to see more of Julia and more of Tommy and Margaret, of course. She's missing, which is making this season, a little dry so far. Try my best to give a good review. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at O's Midnight Love, and that's OS_midnight_LUV. I'll see you next week.